Jujutsu Kaisen has officially returned after 2 years with its second season, and the level of hype and popularity the series has acquired over these years has been absolutely insane, to say the least. This return has been something that many people have been waiting for, especially manga readers, because they know what is going to go down. And Hidden Inventory, the first arc of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, is a huge indicator of that, giving you an extremely false sense of security and hopefulness for this season, all for it just to fall apart. This arc is what I consider the turning point for the series, as from this point onward, a huge tonal shift occurs and the lightheartedness of the series vanishes from this point forward. Ultimately, there was never any doubt in my mind that Mappa would be given this season of Jujutsu Kaisen justice, especially with how important it truly is. But how well of a job did they do at the very least to adapt the Hidden Inventory arc? Before getting into that, we first need to address the big elephant in the room, and that is the change in directors for Season 2. Sungo Park, which was the director for Season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen, was replaced by Shota Gojo for Season 2. And this change of directors let many people wonder what would be the state of Jujutsu Kaisen anime from this point forward. The first thing that you can spot on immediately with this director change is how the animation style has shifted quite a bit from Season 1. Things look a lot more fluid than they did before. And one of the biggest criticisms that Season 1 got in regards to the animation department is how the backgrounds looked off. Here in Season 2, you do not have to worry about that whatsoever. It looks incredible. And because of this new change in animation style, the action never stops looking fantastic. Gojo versus Toji being the highlight of Hidden Inventory, the animation just was stunning. It was beautiful to look at. Everything about it was amazing. The emphasis on the speed of Toji as he goes around the area. Gojo's blue technique activation was absolutely mesmerizing, and it felt like I was watching a damn movie. So many of these high action moments were heightened compared to their manga counterparts to such a degree that the anime completely washes anything that the manga can offer you in this section of the story. And that isn't particularly a dig at Gege with the manga and the art and the paneling, but more so with how well of a job Mappa truly did here. Then there's also the direction itself, which is extremely important component this season since the change of directors happened. And to say that the direction this season felt massively improved on to the season prior is a damn fucking achievement that I didn't think it was possible. The season starting off with Geto's anguish in regards to observing curses felt dreadful. It felt dreadful, it felt depressing. Any negative emotion that you can describe, literally it felt that. Gojo's initial defeat with Toji felt like a massive holy shit moment happening in front of your eyes, especially considering that Gojo up to this point in the series has never been shown this vulnerable against anyone. I mean, the episodes prior, we see Gojo flailing niggas around like they're pieces of paper. So the way that the episode showcased how grave of a situation it was for Gojo to fall against Toji was done perfectly. That also leads us to Riko's demise. This entire season, we have seen Riko and her damn struggling to cope with the fact that she is basically throwing her life away, and in her last moments of peace and tranquility with everybody, to see it all fall apart after her deciding that she wants to live by a gunshot. Thanks to Toji. The ending playing in the background, giving you that false sense of security. That entire moment was done in a way that the manga just simply can't compete. It just can't. Geto vs Toji is a unique situation because despite the fight having the same structure with both the anime and the manga for obvious reasons, the anime decided to use the environment to its full effect. While the manga has the entire fight take place in just the same floor, the anime on the other hand uses the entire entire area as a way to adapt this fight. From the physicality of this fight as well as Toji's explanation of how his cursed spirit works, the anime uses the environment in such a powerful way that it makes the manga look lackluster in comparison. And then we have the second round between Gojo and Toji, and the way that it was adapted was very interesting because the anime heavily emphasized Gojo's awakening. While the action in this second encounter was important, it took a backseat in comparison to how Gojo was feeling in that moment. Now that Gojo has a grasp on reverse curse technique, his red ability, and the true essence of cursed energy altogether, the anime adaptation made its job to show that Gojo in a sense has basically become one with nature itself. And with one of the most iconic quotes in the entirety of Jujutsu Kaisen as a whole, "Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one," Gojo has basically reached enlightenment. And while I'm in the opinion that the pose was done better in the manga than it was in the anime, I still enjoyed this moment altogether. And the people that say that this was bad, genuinely, I don't know what to tell you. And then to finalize this section of the story, then we have Geto's now found resolve and goal of just eliminating every non-sorcerer, all for the sake of creating a world where there are no curses. And just like how season 2 began, we see the inner turmoil that Geto has in his heart in regards to what it means to be a true sorcerer, and it ends up leading him to this path. These are the moments where Jujutsu Kaisen shines the absolute brightest, and to see this moment feel as heavy as it was in the manga is something that I have to give props to everyone involved in this production. Also the music as well, as I felt like the OST this season felt extremely unique and set it apart more than season 1 did, which season 1 was already great as it was, but season 2 I need it on Spotify now. Overall, Mappa has done a fantastic job so far with the first 5 episodes of season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen, and Hidden Inventory was an absolute blast to watch in anime form, and I am genuinely so happy with what we have gotten so far. But if there's one thing that I can say that I have criticism towards this season, would be that there's still no narration, which also wasn't in season 1 if I remember correctly, and Shibuya arc will have plenty of moments where narration will elevate these moments, so I'm very interested on seeing how would Mappa be able to get around that. But yeah, I genuinely am so in love with how well this was adapted, and if this is an indication of what Shibuya is going to even look like, then we're in store for one of the greatest seasons in shonen anime. But overall, what do you guys think about this season of Jujutsu Kaisen thus far? Have you enjoyed it? Has it met your expectations? Were you let down by it? Leave all of your thoughts down in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like as well as subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Here are 2 videos that I recommend you watching, and with that, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day wherever you are. See you guys in the next one.